Hi, this is Jan with IQRF, and in this video I will show you what aspects you should consider when starting out with your device development. The IQRF manufacturer, which is IQRF Tech Company, offers various types of IQRF transceivers. You will find their specification on the IQRF Technology website. Depending on the type of application, select the appropriate IQRF transceiver type. Some transceivers can be mounted into a SIM card connector, while the others are intended for soldering, horizontal as well as vertical. SIM version can be easily removed and reprogrammed, so it's perfect for initial evaluation. The solder version is more robust and fixed, has more inputs and outputs, and also some transceivers do not have LED and LDO. Please refer to the technology website for details. There are two basic antenna options. You can use internal or external one. For solder modules, the antenna connector needs to be soldered to the main board. For IQRF transceivers using SIM connector, you can use the UFL connector placed on the IQRF transceiver. If you have an IQRF transceiver placed in a metal box, you must use the option with an external antenna. If you have an IQRF transceiver placed in a plastic box, you can use both versions. For an external antenna, you must consider the parameters of the antenna itself, such as its frequency or gain, but also the parameters of the coaxial cable, such as its impedance, length, and so on. The antenna orientation and the location of the surrounding components are important for the internal antenna. We recommend purchasing certified components directly from the IQRF Tech Company. RF range strongly depends on the following design aspects: construction of the devices and the position of parts impacting range. Construction of the devices affects the RF range, especially TR location within the device, PCB layout, ground planes, conductive areas and bulk objects such as metallic parts and batteries in the nearest surroundings with respect to possible reflections and counterpoise effect. To achieve an efficient range and reliable connectivity, no parts impacting the range must be placed close to the built-in meander antenna. Even non-conductive parts, including a mainboard PCB under the antenna, can significantly impact the range. The range will also depend on the power supply quality. Electromagnetic interferences generated by user hardware may in some cases influence sensitive front end of the receiver. Thus, software RX filter in the transceiver settings needs to be adjusted. For good communication range, you should start to think about the radio part during the hardware design. Perhaps make multiple prototypes for measuring the communication range or the radiated power. You may need to test different antenna locations, measure and eliminate electromagnetic interferences, try to change the layout of the components, or design a counterpoise. Think about the physical arrangement of devices, especially mutual orientation of antennas with respect to polarization and radiation patterns. RF output power is selectable from 8 levels. To increase immunity to RF noise, incoming RF signal can be filtered according to signal strength. It's recommended to perform a check RF test and find a filter value that provides hardware immunity against noise, and then always use this value. Before designing the prototype, think about the installation process, how to bond and unbond your device, if there will be a button on the device for those purposes, if you will indicate the process by LEDs, which is highly recommended, and so on. In the case of solder modules, it's necessary to think about how they will be programmed, ideally via the SPI interface. In the IQRF transceiver datasheets and IQRF SPI technical guide, you will find the recommended setup. In the next video, you will learn how to prepare an interoperable IQRF device. To learn more about the technology, you can browse the IQRF.org or watch other IQRF videos, or find already existing projects on the IQRFalliance.org. Make your products wireless. It's simple.